Today we're headed behind the pine curtain to Trip, East Texas. We'll choo-choo-cha-boogie on the Texas State Railroad and eat barbecue at the most astronomical restaurant on earth. We'll learn about the town's deep roots and rich history while sampling the flavors of local honey and cauldrons full of Mexican deliciousness. All aboard the train to Rusk or Busk! Choo-choo! This episode was made for y'all with the help of our awesome partners. Check the caption for more info. Rusk, Texas sits about 2 hours southeast of Dallas and an hour south of Tyler. There's no doubt this is some beautiful country. And if you stop in nearby Palestine first, well, you'll find the most exciting way to roll into Rusk. I thought we would take a little bit of a different form of transportation today. So we're gonna ride the Texas State Railroad. But first, we gotta get our tickets. This historic rail line has been running for over 100 years. Today it offers passengers not only a scenic ride through the pines, but a glimpse back in time to when rails ruled. This is a 1958 diesel locomotive engine. That is awesome. It almost looks like a big old cartoon up there, the single headlight. It's not what you think of when you think of the old trains, the traditional steam engines. They do run those out here on occasion, but today, it's all diesel. Let's take a peek under the hood, so to speak, and chat with train engineer Chaz Robitaille. Man, it's a lot tighter in here than I thought.
It is. They were not ergonomic in 1958. It also doesn't have air conditioning, but I got 225 air conditioning, which means I got two windows and I go 25 miles an hour. So
there you go, there you go. So how hard is one of these trains to actually drive?
The throttle is here. That's kind of like the gas in your car. Forward and reverse lever, that's like a transmission. It's simple to explain, but it can take a long time to master.
It's enough to confuse a guy like me.
Well,
I mean, like you need a special certification to do this.
Sure, you do.
All right, can I blow the horn?
You can, yeah. It's this big one, you just push it down.
Right,
watch your ears.
Ah, yeah! Well, the horn's been blown, and that means it's time to find our seats. This is nice. Ooh, snacks. I love it.
Scoot over.
No, wait. No, this is my seat. I've got presidential. Y'all got something called open air? Ah, sounds breezy. I think it's like a few cars down that way.
What?
Look, I'm just reading Chet Garner presidential. So,
gosh.
Daniel Meese, open air.
Whatever.
So is this it?
Keep going.
Is this it?
I don't mind this, but how come he gets to be up there? I call the window seat.
And we're off. Just like the old days, this train has multiple different classes of tickets. But let me just tell you that from where I'm sitting, presidential is choice. This is Joyce, who's been giving tours and sharing smiles on the train for 14 years after volunteering to work a Thomas the Train weekend.
And they said, we'll see you next weekend. And I said, when does this ride end? And they said, it don't, you're here. So that's how I got here.
There might be a misconception that this ride is for like old men train enthusiasts. You got to see people from all over.
Oh, I do, all over the world. We see football players, baseball players, singers.
What is it about trains that fascinates us? What is it?
I don't know, but it's fun.
Yeah. I hope I never outgrow trains. I wonder what the crew's doing. And I said, I'll just wear the brisket as a hat. I think I should go grab them and we can explore the train a bit. Because on this train, all passengers are free to roam. So today's journey is about 25 miles long one way. It takes about an hour and a half. There are pine trees everywhere, with scenic views of rivers and creek beds. And every car seems to offer a bit of a different experience. I feel like someone should be chasing me, and I gotta... The oldest parts of this route were constructed in the late 1800s by Texas inmates to haul iron ore to a prison foundry. The rails were eventually connected to Palestine, and from there, the world.
In the middle of the train, it feels like it's moving very slow. Back here, it does not feel like it's moving slow. We're burning some tracks here. Like a dog, stick my head out the window.
Well, folks, looks like we've reached the end of the line. Most riders will have lunch in Rusk and then turn around and head back to Palestine. But we've got more to explore.
Well, we finally made it to Rusk, which is the county seat of Cherokee County, one of the first counties formed for the newly minted U.S. state of Texas back in the 1840s. Now, this city was named after Texas Revolutionary hero Thomas J. Rusk, who was also one of our first U.S. senators, serving right beside his buddy Sam Houston. Yes, the history in East Texas is as old as the trees, and there's a lot of both of them out here. History entries.
Rusk has a population of about 5,500 folks, all East Texas proud. But before we deep dive on town history, I want to dive into a plate of Texas barbecue. And so we're swinging for the fences at All Star BBQ, a true diamond in the rough. Baseball diamond, that is. Here, owner Russell Turner's been honing his craft of smoking meats for over 30 years and amassing what is one of the most formidable collections of Houston Astros stuff on earth.
All right, Russell, I don't know if now's a good time or a bad time to tell you, most of our crew is actually Rangers fans or Yankees fans.
Y'all didn't tell me that. I mean,
sorry, but you're safe. I'm an Astros fan.
Okay, you can stay.
So, I mean, this is more Astros memorabilia than I've seen anywhere, and it's a barbecue joint.
Yeah.
Where did this come from?
Well, I knew I was going to go into the barbecue business. I was like, you know, I'm going to be looking at this all day, every day. Hell, everybody does the license plates and farm equipment and things like that.
Sure,
I said,
yeah, it's easy.
I love baseball. Here we go. I'm going to put baseball stuff up. All Astros.
Yeah.
Why mess with it?
Russell's got all the killer bees here. Bagwell, Biggio, Beans, and Brisket. There's so many Nolan Ryan autographs, you'd think the two of them were pen pals. But Russell's biggest memento came out of the Phillies stadium in the 90s.
And every year they take it down to repaint it or put a new one up. And so they'd taken this down in the clubhouse, and all the Astros coming through, signed it for them and everything.
What?
So I said, I'll buy it.
Much to his wife Christy's dismay, they had to cut a hole in the door to get it in here.
You weren't going to cut the sign.
No.
So you had to cut the door.
Yeah, that could be replaced.
Yeah. So you got to have just Astros fans from all over Texas come in and just share stories.
Used to the Mason-Dixon line was Lufkin's. From Lufkin south, you could have radio stations that would play the Astros, and everything up north was Rangers. And then they started winning.
So that line is moving a little bit.
It's heading that way. It's heading that way. Yeah.
All right, hey, y'all, come to the bathroom with me.
What? Whoa.
No, not weird. Just, I got to show it to you. Look inside. The whole thing is Astros-ified. I mean, how do you know if you're a real Astros fan? Just look at your bathroom. This is crazy. All right, now y'all get out. I gotta actually use it for what it's for. And wash my hands.
Okay, enough baseball. Bring on the brisket.
So, rotisserie.
That's a rotisserie.
That's your style.
Yeah.
And what's this smoke I'm smelling here?
That's hickory.
Doesn't seem to be a ton of bark on here. What kind of rub you used?
I'm gonna give away a secret. I don't put anything on there.
No, fire and meat. That's worked since the caveman days.
Caveman, I just like caveman, you know?
Russell learned his craft working at Bodacious Barbecue in Longview when the owner offered him the chance to be their first franchisee in Rusk.
When I called my wife and said, hey, we're going to Rusk, she just started crying, hung up. but
hey.
once we got here, it's like, okay, we're here for a reason. Perfect place to raise our 3 kids.
Yeah.
It's been a great ride.
That's cool.
America's pastime may be baseball, but here in Texas, ours is barbecue.
You know, things just taste sweeter out of a cup with the Astrodome on it, right? The dust adds a certain sort of je ne sais quoi to it, if you know what I mean. So here it is, East Texas special. I mean, when you're behind the pine curtain, you go chop beef. Oh gosh, there was supposed to be some ribs with it too, is it? Oh, here. Ha. Oh, of course, here they are.
Wait, what?
Yeah, just little special service right there. These ribs are legit. The rub has a little bit of sweetness to it, That's a phenomenal rib. Time for the beef. Oh, that's good. You know, you can't do chopped beef though without, in my opinion, you gotta get some good sauce in there, a couple pickles, a couple jalapenos if you're feeling spicy. It's about that combination. You get the greasy, smoky meat and the pop of the pickles and the sauce. I guarantee you, at one point in my childhood, I sat in the stands of the Astrodome and I ate a chopped beef sandwich. You know what I'd say? This barbecue right here hits it out of the park, if you ask me. I just came up with that.
We now interrupt this programming to remind you to like and subscribe. Now back to the road.
Man, I love going to East Texas to see the trees go up on either side of the road for so long.
Feels like you're in a tunnel. If I had told you, hey guys, we're going to Rusk, would you have even known what region of Texas that town was in?
East.
That's
To me, sounds like an East Texas name.
There's not really a way to mispronunciate Rusk.
Rusk.
Yeah. You're saying it wrong, Teresa.
You say it like somebody who's lived in the backwoods. Where do you live? Rusk.
Little rusk around the edges.
The town might be a little rusk around the edges, but it's real good in the heart.
So let's head to its heart and visit its county museum, which captures both the heart, spirit, and soul of Rusk and Cherokee County. More than a place of glass cases and placards, the Heritage Center of Cherokee County tells centuries of stories about real people. It's been built over the years by the residents of Cherokee County, more specifically by volunteer director Betty Marcantel.
Betty, this museum is extensive.
It is, I know. It starts with the Caddo Indians and goes forward all the way through wartime, the Civil War, the kind of commerce that was here, the legislators that served for this county.
Well, I think, you know, some of our oldest stories in Texas come from this eastern part.
You know what I like to tell people? All roads west came through this territory. The first mission was set on El Camino Real in this county, this territory in 1760. Wow. It's that long.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
Besides the mission is Caddo Mounds, which dates back over 1,200 years. So, yeah, lots of history. Now, early on, the city of Rusk was a rural log cabin community. That is until 1883, when Texas built its second state prison here in town, which was eventually converted to the reason that most people know Rusk, the state hospital.
You know, for better or for worse, I think the town of Rusk is synonymous with the state mental hospital.
Yeah, it is.
And this was open for how many years?
106 years now.
My goodness.
For lack of a better word, this was our state's largest insane asylum. And for decades, folks with mental conditions, many of which are now treatable, would be shipped to live in this facility. But the science and medicine for treating them was so limited.
I went on a tour and took pictures of it. I interviewed people that worked there to see what that was like.
We were doing lobotomies then and things
Oh
like
yeah,
that,
they
right?
were. They had them there. They did shock treatments, all of that.
Okay.
But once medication started, that all stopped.
They were doing the best they could at the time with the medicine they had.
It was all they could do, you know?
Yeah, science, thank goodness, has advanced.
Yes.
At its peak in the 1940s, the hospital had 2,500 patients, and a person could be committed for any number of reasons. I could be diagnosed with a bunch of these.
You could just go in for fright, irregular habits, a solitary habit, bad health, religious excitement. You raise your hands a little too much at praise and worship, you get kicked out.
The oldest building was torn down in 2020, but the Rusk Hospital is still going strong, caring for patients who truly need Texas's help. Betty's dedication to honoring her county goes way beyond the artifacts. She even tracked down the names of all 230 fallen veterans from this county and honored each with a dog tag. She takes a very hands-on approach to history.
This was given to us by a collector from the Civil War, and he said this is a Union one.
Anywhere else this would be like in a glass case and you wouldn't let people like me touch this.
I don't have very many glass cases here. People say that it's more personal, that they feel like they can touch things and look at things closer.
Yeah, I mean, when you can
close.
hold a real Civil War sword in your hands, it makes an impact.
It makes us realize that maybe we aren't so far removed or even that different from all the people who came before us.
I wish that we had come earlier. We could have toured the old building.
Do you think places like that are haunted?
Oh, there's no doubt.
Would you have stayed the night there in the old one?
Spent the night?
Yeah, in the state hospital, the closed one.
My gut says no, but you could probably talk me into it.
Would y'all?
Like,
Absolutely
I
not.
wouldn't do it alone.
My mind would play so many tricks on me. I'd probably put myself in a straitjacket.
It might traumatize you for life, right?
What would it take for y'all to do it alone?
50K?
All right.
Yeah, I think I'd do it for 10 grand.
I think for the stories alone, I'll do it for free.
If I can have a camera, it makes good TV, I'll do it.
That's true.
But I can't let you know for free.
For the
So I'm gonna
stories
say
alone.
500
Right,
bucks.
For the
yeah.
viewers.
If only I had a time machine. Now, not all history in Rusk is inside a building. Some of it is a building itself, like the recreation of Governor Jim Hogg's childhood home. And unless you're a true Texas history buff, you're probably thinking, who was Jim Hogg again?
So Jim Hogg is one of those names that most Texans have probably heard, but very few know anything about. So just to help y'all out, here's a picture of him. Come on, guys. Here's a picture of him. And now, Jim was the first native-born governor of Texas. He served in the late 1800s, truly helped transition Texas from an agricultural state into the industrial age. He's known as one of the greatest governors that Texas ever had. He's even called the People's Governor. Now, this is way before The Rock came along as the People's Champ with the People's Elbow and the People's Eyebrow, all right? Jim did that first. Established the Railroad Commission, fought corruption, all-around stand-up guy, okay? So don't say I never taught you nothing. Taught you anything? Don't pay attention to the grammar, just the history.
The home and surrounding acreage used to be an official Texas state park, so it's a great place to grab a hike. But if you want a truly historic and momentous hike, how about walking the longest wooden footbridge in America?
So when in Rusk, you gotta walk the historic Rusk footbridge, am I right? But this thing's actually pretty cool. It was built back in 1861, and it's over 540 feet long. It was originally constructed to help connect the east side of town with the county courthouse, because if that creek flooded, folks out east were totally stuck. You know that old saying, yeah, sure, I'll make it, good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise? Well, it was very true. Ain't no way you were crossing it, unless you had a footbridge.
Or a helicopter.
Or a helicopter.
Phew! How long did I say this bridge was again?
Where's Chet?
He's still walking the footbridge.
He needs to go faster.
He needs to go faster. No wonder he can't get off of it. 546 feet.
Ha! Y'all just gonna leave me out there? Whew. The thing is so long. I'm never hiking that thing again.
546.
He just kind of came out of nowhere, though.
I don't know about that.
Let's step out of town to hang out with some other bees not named Brisket and Beans, but Beulah's Best Bees. This family-run business raises happy bees and offers their many products to the world. But I'm not just talking about honey. And they wasted no time putting me in a suit.
Spaceman, today we day trip into the colony.
Let's just quiet them down.
Oh.
And feel it, lift it.
Oh, yeah. It's amazing to be able to stand this close to them and not worry about getting stung. I can't get it to my mouth.
Owners Donna and Tomas keep between 30 and 50 hives. They fell in love with bees and love sharing that love with customers, treating everyone like a guest in their home, because it is their home.
This is an amazing place out here in the country.
We're glad you made it.
And I'm ready to taste some honey.
All right, then let's begin. So this is just a raw honey right out of the box.
Oh, it's rich.
The base honey is just the gateway, and they use it to create over 24 different flavors.
Okay, we have strawberry, we got blueberry lemon, we got pumpkin spice, we got chocolate.
Well, the answer to which one I want is yes.
Okay.
All of them.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna try a turmeric, black pepper, and cinnamon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It tastes like honey, cinnamon, and Mediterranean Middle Eastern food.
So we're trying to do different things with our honey because we're a small beekeeping farm.
While the honey flavors are crazy good, I did mention this isn't just about honey. They believe bees make medicine. It's called apiatherapy.
This is a pollen probe. It's pollen and propolis.
Okay, what's propolis?
Okay, propolis is what the bees use to protect themselves. It's a resin. They seal their boxes so no predator can come in and steal their honey.
And this is good for us?
Oh, man, it's an antioxidant. It gives you energy.
Okay, that's good. It has a different flavor.
Don and Tomas have traveled to countries all over the world, learning more about how humans have used bees for centuries, and they brought all that knowledge back to East Texas. One last thing, even I'm hesitant to try.
That is an apinaural, a larva.
Bee larva?
Bee larva.
It's for cell renewal, hormonal balance, energy. Yes.
And this is good for me. I'm
Yes.
about to eat a weird, slimy. Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Okay. Was I supposed to chew it? Because I just
No, I didn't chew it.
No,
I
you
didn't
don't
drink it
have
with
to.
water.
It's
I don't
not-
like that taste.
It's kind of like the oyster.
Give me some cocktail sauce and a lemon. I'll just drop it back.
Well, my brain is buzzing from all we've learned today, and all the sugar from the honey, probably. Even my worker bees are getting fed. But it's time to leave the apiary behind and head to our final stop. A community favorite Mexican restaurant just off the square, La Chara. I gotta say, this spot feels like the Mexican restaurants of my youth. Bright colors, heavy wooden chairs, and buckets full of fresh chips and salsa. It's the proper setting to enjoy a margarita, some nachos, and to chat with owner Esmeralda Palos.
So what is this? What do we got?
Okay, this is Piedras Negras Nachos. That's from where I'm from, across the border from Eagle Pass.
So these are named after your hometown?
Yes.
Believe it or not, but nachos were invented just across the Texas border in the town of Piedras Negras by a man named Nacho Anaya back in the 40s.
And they're fantastic.
Yeah, that's good.
And we like the nachos.
Okay.
With everything.
I mean, yeah,
Messy.
literally everything. Is there anything in the back that didn't go on this?
Oh, no.
Not really.
Everything
You put a
is
tamale
right
right
there.
up top. Never in my life have I seen corn on nachos.
That's how we eat them over there. Okay.
Oh, that's great.
Esmeralda moved to Rusk and started working as a waitress and cook at the only Mexican restaurant in town. But when that restaurant closed, well, the town loved her so much, they convinced her to go out on her own.
I was so blessed though. It was full.
Yeah, you have some faithful, loyal customers, huh?
Yes. They treat you like their own family.
Yeah.
And that's what we do too. I tell my workers, I say, we need to treat my customers like family.
This is our kitchen and living room, and they're our guests. I love that.
Esmeralda learned to cook from her grandma in Mexico and still puts a grandmother's love into everything. It's all super fresh. And based on Esme's recommendation, I'm going for the molcajete, a traditional stone bowl overflowing with goodness.
We have shrimp, fajita beef, fajita chicken. There's a full cactus petal over here. There's cheese, salsa, and somewhere underneath all of that in the middle is carne guisada. I mean, the only way to find out is to start digging. This is kind of like those nachos. Like, what's in here? Oh, just like everything. I guess I should try the shrimp first. Oh, that's so good. Fresh cut fajita beef. Oh, so tender. This right here is what border town dreams are made of, folks. If I crossed the border somewhere in Mexico and I got this meal, I would dream about it for the rest of my life. And now it's here in Rusk, Texas. And what am I supposed to do with this, guys? Like, I'm totally showing my gringo-ness with this. Like, ma'am, there's a cactus in my bowl of food. It kind of tastes like a big green bean. Like kind of a tangy green bean. I just ate a full taco with this stuff, and it doesn't look like I even made a dent. It's gonna be a long night, guys. It's gonna be a very long night. One of the best things I've ever had at any Mexican restaurant ever.
Day trips just hit different in East Texas. They rumble and they smoke. They educate and they buzz. But at the end of the day, they just make you feel at home and feed you really, really well. All I need now is to ruskle up some dessert.
Homemade flan. So I will see all y'all out on the road. Vaya con Dios, amigos. Oh, that's what's up. LaFlan James right here, the go to flan.
This episode was made for y'all with the help of our awesome partners. Check the caption for more info.